Dhyanamoolam Gurormurti Pujamulang Gurorpadam Mantramulam Gurorvakyam Bhaktimulam Kripa. Kararvindena padarvindam Mukharvinde viniveshayantam Vatasya patrasya puteshayanam Balam mukundam manasa smarami Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam Yo vai vedanscha prahinoti tasmai tagvamha devamatma buddhi prakasham mumukchurvai sharanamaham prapadye. The divine souls will have a few minutes of Nam Sankirtan, and after that I'll continue with the topic of Guru Tattva. Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Jogi Govind Gopala.
Murali
मनोहर नंद लाला
भजो मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला
भजो प्रेम गाधे श्री राधे
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 भजो प्रेम अगाधे श्री राधे
भजो प्रेम गाधे श्री राधे
भजो प्रेम अगाधे श्री राधे
भजो प्रेम गाधे श्री राधे
भजो प्रेम अगाधे श्री राधे
भजो प्रेम गाधे श्री राधे
भजो प्रेम अगाधे श्री राधे
जय रसिक शिरोमणि आराधे
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 जय रसिक शिरोमणि आराधे giridhar govind gopala.
Bhajo giridhar govind gopala.
Bhajo giridhar govind gopala.
Bhajo giridhar govind gopala.
Shrimat Sadguru Sarkar ki. Yesterday I explained to you the meaning of the word Guru. According to Ved, it is Grinati Jnanam iti Guru, Girati Ajnanam iti Guru, Gumrauti iti Guru. We learned about this through an explanation of one of the Pad Kirtan written by Jagadguru Shri Kripalu Maharaj, that Guru gives knowledge not only through words but through the power of grace, is able to make that understanding enter into the heart of an open-hearted individual and thereby remove the long-standing ignorance and confusion that resides in the form of a knot in the heart of a soul. And Guru has the power to destroy the bondage of Maya and reveal the Leelas of Radha Krishna to that surrendered soul. This is true for all Gurus. But this weekend we're commemorating Jagadguruttam Mahaprayan Diwas. So we have to understand something about not just Guru, but what is Jagadguru and what is Jagadguruttam and what is Mahaprayan. So let's briefly give this a bit of context, put this in more of a global perspective. We know who Shri Maharaj is to us, and all we have to do is follow the sadhana that he's taught us. But perhaps we'll be even more appreciative of what we have in terms of knowledge, and we'll be even more motivated to follow the sadhana that Shri Maharaj has taught us if we understand this global perspective of who Shri Maharaj is, what his mission, what is the significance of his mission, and how we fit in. So, Jagadguru literally means the Guru for the whole world. Every God-realized soul is qualified to be called a Guru because every God-realized soul has the power to eliminate the bondage of Maya, eliminate the ignorance of a soul, and give true knowledge to that soul. However, the designation of Jagadguru, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum, the word Jagadguru comes in the Bhagavatam, among other places. But this designation was given to saints, God-realized saints, in Kali Yuga to make the process for a soul more clear-cut. That if they know someone is a Mool Jagadguru, then they don't have to doubt. They can follow, and once they start seeing the benefit, then they get the proof that this is a true Guru. So, there have been 5 Jagadgurus. Jagadguru Shankaracharya, Nimbarkacharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, and our Shri Kripalu Maharaj. So these are the only 5 Jagadgurus that we've had in Kali Yuga. So in 5,000 years, only 5 saints were given this designation of Jagadguru. Before Jagadguru Shankaracharya, Gautam Buddha had taken avatar, form of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna himself came as Bhagwan Buddha in this world. And before that, Shri Krishna himself came. Radha Krishna themselves came and revealed their loving leelas on this earth. And in this most recent descension, they revealed the bliss of Maharaj, which only happens once in a whole day of Brahma, more than 4 billion years. But after that, Kali Yuga began, and as is the case in every Kali Yuga, confusion begins to spread about all the true spiritual knowledge and paths. They start becoming distorted, misinterpreted, and misused. And the same thing happened in this Kali Yuga. Every time Kali Yuga comes around, this happens. So in this Kali Yuga, after just not even 2,000 years, things were so bad that Shri Krishna decided, you know what? People are distorting the teachings of Vedas to such an extent that we just need to get a clean slate here. People are trying to say that you can offer meat and alcohol in Vedic yajnas. For instance, that's one example of what people were doing back then and saying it's in the name of Ved. So Shri Krishna took avatar as Gautam Buddha and he taught against Vedas. He said, well, this is too big of a mess to sort out. We need a clean slate. You people stop following Ved. Just these simple teachings I'm giving you, be vegetarian, practice nonviolence, reduce your desires and you'll get peace of mind. Just follow this, that's enough for you. Forget about Vedas. God himself came down and preached against Ved. But he needed a clean slate. So these things we find out after the fact, right? It's mentioned very briefly in the Bhagavatam what the reason for his dissension was, and other saints like Shri Maharaj, they also mention here and there. And when we piece these things together, we start to see the formation of a larger plan that is unfolding over thousands of years. So Bhagwan came in the form of Buddha, established Bauddha Dharma, and turned everybody away from following the Vedas and Sanatana Dharma. But after that, then Shri Krishna told Shivji, your turn. You have to take avatar. So he came down and he became the first Jagadguru, Jagadguru Shankaracharya. And what did he do? He reestablished the authority of Vedas. He debated against all the Bauddha scholars and even Jain scholars. And he defeated all of them and reestablished, no, Ved is the first and last word in spiritual matters. This is the authentic source of spiritual knowledge. And everybody had to accept it. So then everybody started following Sanatana Dharma again. But Shri Krishna had told him, don't tell anything about me. Keep people turned away from me. These plans take time to unfold. I guess it was too soon. People weren't even following Vedas. You can't give them everything at once. So he just took the substantial similarity between soul and God and focused on that. And he said, look, Bauddha philosophy doesn't even explain anything about God or soul. It stops at the mind. So here, I'm giving you information about God and soul. They're substantially the same. Of course, in his personal life, he worshipped Shri Krishna and he quietly wrote some beautiful books about Shri Krishna, but publicly he just promoted meditation on formless God. So this was the next step, but that's only a part of the knowledge that people need to know. So after him, other Jagadgurus came. Jagadguru Nimbarkacharya is widely accepted to be the avatar of Shri Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra. So Shri Krishna sent his Sudarshan Chakra on the earth to establish the Dvaita Dvaitvad. He came and said, no, this Shankaracharya is saying soul is God? No, that's not correct. He explained in his own way that soul and God have some similarities, but there are also differences. And after that, then Shri Krishna sent his older brother, Balaram, Sheshnag. He sent him. He came down as Jagadguru Ramanujacharya. And he established the Vishishtadvaitvad, where he explained about Shri Krishna's powers. And after that, he sent Hanumanji down as Jagadguru Madhvacharya, and he explained the Dvaitvad. So in this way, the three Jagadgurus that came after Shankaracharya, they all explained about devotion to Radha Krishna and how the soul has to humbly surrender through the path of bhakti to receive God's grace. But they did it in their own way, and while criticizing Jagadguru Shankaracharya's philosophy. So it started to unfold the whole picture, but not in a really clear way. It appeared that there were a lot of varying opinions. Add in the mix that Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji came, the avatar of Radharani, and through his disciples, he revealed the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bhedavad, which went even deeper into the devotional philosophy and explained that in the age of Kali Yuga, the chanting of Shri Krishna's names is the only way to God realization. But one more step, if it could be taken to simplify things and reconcile all the varying theories, then that would be great for all the souls. So the dissension of Jagadguru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj happened. And when he revealed the same philosophy that everybody else had been revealing, it was like the culmination of this whole process that started with Gautam Buddha wiping the slate clean, and then things are starting to fall into place, but it's still a little bit unclear and a lot of varying opinions. So Shri Maharajji took all of that information, he just reconciled it, synthesized it, took the essence out and said, here's the final product. Although Ved, Puran, etc., all these divine scriptures, they're not changed. But the interpretation and the understanding of these scriptures, that had to be made clear in the world. So Shri Maharajji, as the fifth original Jagadguru, he actually explained how all the ones who went before him were correct. So he provided a framework that even we can understand. You can listen to his Main Kaun Mera Kaun lectures, or you can read his Prem Ras Siddhant book. He provided a framework where you can just slot everything in and see, oh, okay, here's how it all works together. So you need that overall bird's eye view, which Shri Maharajji revealed in the world. So while giving respect to all these great saints who had gone before him, he reconciled their theories and refined the whole thing in a form that souls could understand. And he refined the form of devotion by saying, the only thing that matters is where your mind is, you have to do smaran of Bhagwan, and you have to do Rup Dhyan. If you're remembering God, then whatever way you're worshiping God is correct. So see, he reaffirmed that anyone can worship God in any way. It means he gave respect to all religious practices the world over, not even just Hindu practices. He said it's all good, but your mind has to be in God. And he gave this practice a refined form by calling it Rup Dhyan, and said, if you want to go deeper into this practice, you have to know what the form of God is. So you can think of Krishna, you can think of Radha, you can easily attach your mind to them by meditating on their form and their leelas. So in this way, Shri Maharaj Ji put a refined form to this whole process that had been unfolding over thousands of years. And because of this, not only did he become Jagadguru, but he was given the title of Jagadguru Uttam, Jagadguruttam. It means the supreme Jagadguru. So the process of becoming Jagadguru, you'll get to hear that in more detail in January when Banchari Didi comes. She'll give a whole week-long lecture series, the week of Jagadguru Diwas, the week that the day that we celebrate Maharaj's becoming Jagadguru. So you can come and get all the details from her at that time. But anyway, the process involves being recognized by all the elite scholars of Vedas and the other prime scriptures, and being accepted by all of them. So when Shri Maharaj Ji was acknowledged and accepted by all of these scholars, they gave him this extra title of being Jagadguruttam, because he had done something that all the previous Jagadgurus had not attempted to do, which was, instead of just saying that, oh, this part is wrong and this is how I'm explaining it, he reconciled the whole thing into one neat picture. So he's the Jagadguru of the Jagadgurus. So you can imagine if Shri Krishna sent Shivji on the earth and his Sudarshan Chakra and his Bade Bhaiya, Sheshnag, and Hanumanji, sent them all on earth to become Jagadgurus. So if Shri Maharaj Ji is Jagadguru of the Jagadgurus, then you can make your own guess about who Shri Maharaj Ji is. So this Shri Maharaj Ji, Jagadguru Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj, as you're getting the picture, he's a part of this whole gracious plan to uplift the souls and provide them with correct knowledge and inspire them to do devotion, to attain Radha Krishna. Everything God does has a plan. From Srishti to keeping track of the karma of the souls and giving them the consequences, to sending saints on earth, everything has a plan. When he takes avatar, he has a plan. Now, when he takes avatar, just like as Radha Krishna, at that time he's amongst all his saints. So things are very well defined. When is he coming? When is he going to go? When does he take avatar? And when is his prayan? Prayan means to go back. Mahaprayan. So, since Shri Krishna is among his saints, he comes here on earth to reveal his leelas, everything is very well defined. There are no variables, because his saints are going to do whatever he has planned. There's no doubt. So when Shri Krishna came on earth, he already knew how long he was going to stay for, 125 years, and when his time was up, he went back. He accomplished what he came to accomplish. He revealed the Leelas he had decided he was going to reveal, and then he went back. But when a saint comes on earth, or when God comes on earth in the form of a guru, amongst the souls, there are all kinds of variables. You can imagine. We're not following any kind of divine plan. So how long the saint is going to stay on earth must be influenced by any number of variables. But there's some plan, there's some mission that has to be accomplished. And once that mission has been accomplished, then the saint will do Mahaprayan. The saint will return to their divine abode. So, although since we feel an emotional connection to Shri Maharajji and we miss having his physical presence, whether we met him or not, everybody misses getting to be with him physically, getting to talk to him, getting to see him. So, on one hand, there's a kind of sadness that we feel. There's a feeling of solemnity that accompanies this occasion of Maharajji's Mahaprayan Diwas. But at the same time, it's an extremely auspicious day as well. When Shri Krishna appeared in this world, it was recognized by all the divine personalities who came to worship him, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all the Devtas, they all came to worship him and welcome him to this world. And when he was going to disappear from the world, they all came again and celebrated him before he disappeared. So it's the same thing for Shri Maharajji. His coming and going are both auspicious events, both part of the overall divine plan. So that's why, although on one hand we miss him, but on the other hand, it's a day to be celebrated because it reveals some of his divine significance. His disappearance also reveals the significance of his divine status, just like his appearance does. So this is why we commemorate it, or even celebrate this day, because this is the day that Jagadguru Shri Kripalu Maharaj decided to return to the divine abode. Decided. It's not like a soul where Yamraj comes and says, let's go, your time's up. And we argue and we fight and we cry and we kick and scream and we get dragged out of this body and we go on to wherever we have to go according to our karma. It's not like that for a saint. Yamraj comes and does pranam to him and says, according to the divine plan, it's, time for you to go, but it's completely up to you. I'm just here as your servant to remind you, like a personal assistant reminding you of an appointment. So the saint comes with the will of God and goes with the will of God, or comes of their own will and goes with their own will. Therefore, there's nothing to feel upset about on this day. It's a divine, auspicious day. Now, before Shri Maharajji's Mahaprayan Diwas, Maharajji had said one time, now we keep using this word Mahaprayan because this is a respectful word for when a divine saint ascends to the divine abode. And this is how we experience it because we can't see Maharajji anymore, so we're thinking he must have gone back to his divine abode. But actually Maharajji said, there's no Mahaprayan, there's no prayan, there's no leaving. I'll always be here with you. And this is what the devotees experience. We feel Shri Maharajji's presence no less than when we could see him with our physical eyes. And we experience his grace through doing sadhana and seva no less than when we could directly see and communicate with Maharajji. So this term Mahaprayan is more for the world. The world can't see Maharajji anymore, so we designate this term. Okay, he had his Mahaprayan Diwas. People want to know, can I meet Shri Maharajji? Oh no, he had his Mahaprayan. You have to do bhakti and become 100% surrendered, then you can meet him. You can't just go to Mangad and meet him anymore, not like that. You have to become 100% surrendered. But for us, it's a different experience. We know we can meet Maharajji just by remembering him. And when we go to Mangad, we really do feel that he is there. He never left. So in this way, when this day comes around every year, we always want to remember the divinity and the importance and put it in this overall global perspective of the significance of Shri Maharajji's life. So I just presented it to you in a very brief and a very rough way. It would take a divine personality to properly string everything together and explain the whole thing as it really is, which may happen down the line. Normally, a generation or two later, saints start revealing these secrets. But whatever we know, whatever bits and pieces we know so far, we can piece that together and have more understanding about who Shri Maharajji is. So imagine this great divine plan unfolding in this world for the benefit of all the souls, and out of all the billions of souls in a human body here on this earth, how few have actually, although millions and millions have been touched by Shri Maharajji, but how few have actually decided to follow his teachings? How few have actually accepted him in their heart? He is my Guru, which you can still do, even if you're hearing about him today for the first time and you never got to physically meet him yet. You can still accept him as your Guru. This is another special, significant quality of Shri Maharajji's avatar that is different from other divine saints. Normally when a saint leaves the earth, well, you have to find a living saint to make your Guru. So the fact that people are able to accept Shri Maharajji as their Guru and experience his grace, like what Maharajji was explaining in the video we saw today, that by accepting him in their heart, they get his grace, their worldly attachments reduce, their love for Radha Krishna increases, their knowledge increases. Just by remembering Maharajji in their heart, they're receiving his grace and they're getting all these benefits, which is the proof that you have a divine Guru. Yes. Somehow it's still possible with Shri Maharajji. So it seems that his avatar is not over. Just the visible part of it is over. But his grace can still be vividly experienced here on earth. Nonetheless, there are only a handful of souls, relatively speaking, a handful of souls who have accepted him as their Guru and who are actually following the path of sadhana that he has prescribed for us. And as such fortunate souls who are associated with Shri Maharajji's mission, we also have the opportunity to do seva. The opportunity to do seva is such a great thing. Just imagine such a great divine plan, which in a very clunky way I tried to explain to you. But that amazing divine global plan for helping all the souls, and we have a chance to contribute something to that. whether it be giving a lecture or cleaning some dishes in one of Shri Maharaj's ashram or any other kind of seva, or doing some promotion of Maharaj's message and mission in your local area. Whatever it may be, we all have an opportunity to contribute something to Maharaj's mission. Think about that. It's an amazing divine plan unfolding over thousands of years, culminating with Jagadguru Shri Kripalu Maharaj. And Maharaj is giving us the chance to get involved and contribute something. Seems so impossible, and yet it's true. We all have the opportunity, because Seva is not really about what we can contribute. Seva is about the saint giving us the chance to get involved. Doing sadhana is of supreme importance, but we can only do sadhana so much. Our mind gets tired of doing sadhana, so Guru knows we need other ways to engage our mind as well. And Seva is the perfect means of keeping the mind engaged. Plus, it allows us to develop humbleness. When we do Seva, we do so with the sentiment that Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budhau kripaya tav pad pankajasthit dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. Shikshashtak. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji says in the words of a very humble devotee, "O son of Nanda Baba, please do me this favor. I'm such a fallen soul, but it would be so great if you just would do this. Think of me in this way, that I'm a speck of dust that somehow got attached to your lotus feet. I'm that small and insignificant and lowly, but you know what? I got attached to you." With that bhavana, we do seva. So it develops the foundation of devotion. We're not just doing sadhana, right? That we could have pride that I did so many hours of sadhana. Seva reminds us to be humble, and that the basis of all of our experiences in sadhana is the Guru's grace. And even the fact that we're able to do any sadhana at all is the Guru's grace. So Seva is the Guru giving us a chance, saying, okay, this soul can keep their mind engaged in some devotional activity if I allow them to get involved in this way and do this Seva. So let me offer this opportunity. Hey, you can do this Seva, you can do that Seva. Does a divine saint, part of a divine plan, need the cooperation and participation of ordinary material souls to move their plan forward? No, absolutely not. Krishna has unlimited saints in his divine abode. He could descend any number of them if he wanted to, whatever he needs done, whatever he needs managed. He can just send a saint on earth to do it. And yet he's giving us the opportunity to get involved and take on certain roles in his mission, just as a way to grace us. So Seva and sadhana together make a perfect combination. Seva brings us closer to our divine master by allowing us to express our feelings of dedication by offering that seva, whether it be physical seva, financial seva, or the mental seva of doing sadhana. In fact, sadhana itself becomes a form of seva if it's done with humbleness. Oh, my Guru has told me to do this. Soi sevak priyatam mam soi mam anushasan mane joi. Shri Ram says, my favorite sevak, my favorite servant is the one who follows my instructions. So thinking that Shri Maharaji has said to do sadhana like this, so I want to please him, so I'm going to do the Rup Dhyan and Kirtan. Then doing sadhana also becomes seva. So sadhana and seva go together. Doing physical seva or financial seva brings us closer to our Guru by helping us develop humbleness and giving us the opportunity to offer that part of ourselves, that energy or that effort that we put into that physical or financial seva. It allows us to express our humbleness and dedication and develop it further. And practicing sadhana, where we sit and make our mind do Rup Dhyan, that helps us to control our mind. It teaches the mind that control and practices the mind to become attached to Radha Krishna and Guru over and over and over again. So we need to do both sadhana and seva. Gita says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. The Guru has all the divine knowledge and all the divine bliss and can give that to anybody, but you have to be ready to receive it. So how do you become ready to receive it? You're not ready to receive everything the Guru is able to give you. So what do you have to do? Sevaya. You have to serve the Guru. By serving the Guru, you purify your heart and you become more and more open to receive the Guru's teachings and grace. The Bhagavatam expands on this idea. Shushrusho shraddadhanasya vasudeva katharuchi syan mahat sevaya vipra punyatirtha nishevanat. Through serving the divine saint, first shushrusho, you develop a desire to hear the philosophy, to know what the Guru can teach you. Then, shraddadhanasya, due to the teachings of the Guru, you develop renunciation from the world and a hunger to know God. And then, vasudeva katharuchihi, you develop a liking for hearing the leelas of Radha Krishna. How does all of this happen? Just by doing seva to the Guru. So seva is the magical elixir. But we have to do seva with the right perspective, remembering who Shri Maharaj is and how lucky we are to get the chance to serve in any capacity in his mission for any amount of time. Maharaj has told a beautiful story which is actually related in the Upanishads about Uddalak Muni, who had an ashram and they used to grow some crops to feed himself and his disciples there in his ashram. So they were going to plant the rice plants the next day. In India, you've all seen they have the maned, those earthen barriers that go on all four sides of the field so that they can control how much water is in the field. They can bring the water level up or they can release it. So since they're going to put those rice plants in the ground the next day, they needed a certain amount of water in that field. Then it started raining, and it rained so much that the one part of the main, it actually broke and started washing away. So even though it was raining, all the water was washing out of the field. So if it all ran out, and then of course it's going to stop raining and there's going to be no water left in the field because the main broke. So then how will they plant the rice, and then how will they get a crop and feed themselves? So Guruji said to his disciples that go and fix the main. So one by one the disciples went over there and they saw, oh, it's a really fast current going and it's carrying all the dirt, and they got some mud from over here and they tried to patch up the hole, but the hole was too big and the water was flowing too fast. So no matter how much mud and dirt they tried to place there, it just got washed away, and all the water was quickly flowing out of the field. So one after another, the disciples kept coming back and telling their guru that we tried, we couldn't do it. So finally, there was this one disciple who was the slowest of all the disciples in that ashram. He was a very slow learner. And some of those other disciples used to kind of look down at him, that this guy is really slow. He doesn't seem to be able to learn anything. So Guruji sent him. He went out. It was already dark because the other students had been going for the whole day and failing to patch this up. So finally, by the time he went, it was getting dark. He also tried, first of all, to put some mud and dirt in there, and it washed away. But he was so dedicated to his guru. He said, Guru has instructed me to patch this hole and prevent the water from flowing out of the field, so I must do it one way or the other. And if the dirt isn't going to stop it, then I'll stop it. And he put his body, normally a main is about as high as this thing that I'm sitting on, not quite that high. So when all the water's flowing out like that, he said the only way is to put some large object in there to block the flow of water. So he himself lay across the opening. So he got down in the water. He was fully submerged except for his head, and just letting the force of the water push him against that hole in the main. So now the water stopped flowing out. And he stayed there the whole night. And early in the morning, he used to do some seva for his guru. So early in the morning when Guruji awoke and he saw that disciple is nowhere to be seen, he asked the other disciples, where is he? Why isn't he here to do that seva like he does every morning? They said, oh, I don't know, Guruji, he went out to repair the main and he never came back. So they all went out to the field looking for him, and Guruji was calling. He heard Guruji calling his name, but instead of going, he called back, Guruji, I'm over here. And Guruji's thinking, I'm calling him, why doesn't he come, So he keeps calling and he says, Guruji, I'm blocking the water. If I come to you, the water is going to flow out. So Guruji said, let the water flow, you come here. And he went over to Guruji and Guruji embraced him, and that disciple was fully surrendered in that moment. So he became God realized. Just like Maharaj was saying, different gurus give God realization in different ways. So this guru embraced his disciple and his disciple became God realized. So although we may never get a chance to be heroic like that, but that's not really the point of Seva or of this story. The point of the story, the point of this disciple's Seva was his humbleness and his dedication and his determination to keep his mind focused on the Guru's instructions. So we can also benefit from trying to develop these qualities in our own mind, develop our own feelings of humbleness more and more, feelings of gratitude that Radha Krishna have provided this opportunity for us to have the association of such a great Guru and get the chance to do Seva to him. And what's really heroic is keeping the mind focused. One great heroic act, maybe any one of us could rise to the occasion once or twice. But to keep our mind minute after minute, day after day, year after year, in Hari and Guru, focused on devotion, not allowing it to waver here and there, that's heroic. That's where the real work is. So we're all doing our best, and with the grace of Jagadguru Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj, we're all making progress. But we're all making progress at different speeds, depending on our sanskars, which we can't control. But also another variable is how much effort do we put in? How much effort do we put into doing sadhana? And how much effort do we put into doing seva, but not just effort, with the right perspective, with that humbleness and the feeling of gratitude that I'm so lucky to get to do any seva. We can improve in those areas, and the more we improve our attitude and our focus, the more benefit we're going to get and the more quickly we're going to progress. So that's where I'll finish today's lecture. And tomorrow I'll wrap up this series by summarizing how one can recognize that you are actually following a true Guru. Bolo Shrimat Sadguru Sarkar Ki. So we're going to actually have a chance to do Paduka Pujan right now. Let me just explain, although you all know as well as I do, but let us remind ourselves what is the significance of getting to bow down to the feet of the Guru. There's one very famous shlok which a lot of people know. I was singing it in my Vandana, Kararvindena Padarvindam. Markandeya Muni was floating in the ocean of Pralay. He was the only one who had survived Pralay, and he floated for what seemed like lifetimes. And finally, he washed up on an island, which was the only thing showing in this endless ocean of Pralay. And there on this island, there was one vatka ped, a banyan tree, with huge leaves. And on one of the lower leaves of this banyan tree, he saw Bal Mukund, baby Krishna, just reclining and resting there. And he, instead of sucking on his thumb like babies normally do, he was sucking on his big toe. So Markandeya Muni asked him, why are you sucking on your big toe? That's a very unique vision. I've never seen this before. He said, I don't know, I mean, Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, they all, are after the dust of my feet, so I thought there must be something special about it. Let me also try. So that Shri Krishna, Anubrajamyaham nityam puyeyetyam ghrirenubhi. In the Bhagavatam, Shri Krishna says, I follow along behind my saints, the God-realized saints. Shri Krishna follows along behind them. So someone may think, oh, because he has to protect them. Shri Krishna says, no. It's because I want to bathe in the dust of their lotus feet. As they walk ahead, some dust goes up in the air, and then that falls on me, and I get purified by that. God is wanting to get purified by the dust of the lotus feet of the God-realized saints. So, some of you in your life had the chance to actually touch the lotus feet of a true divine saint when you touched the lotus feet of Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj. But as we saw in the Pad Kirtan last night, it's not about physically touching the feet. Parasata man, it was written. You have to make contact with your mind. So when I do pranam, or when we get the chance to do pujan to Shri Maharaj's paduka, I just do rup dhyan. These are Shri Maharaj's lotus charan, his lotus feet, and I'm getting those on my head. So when we do it with that rup dhyan, then we're actually getting the benefit of the divine grace of the lotus feet of the Master, which is even sought after by Shri Krishna. So we can actually get that thing that Shri Krishna desires from his saints. We can get that if we have the right mental approach to doing this pujan. So we're going to have our devotees start the chanting now. And once the kirtan starts, we can just take turns lining up. We'll have the men's line on the side closer to me, the ladies' line on the other side, and we'll line up and take our time to do our Guru Pujan.